Today on the show, you guys know how excited I've been about this concept. This is the ROX concept, and we're gonna walk around this thing. I see it in person now. There's a lot to like. Are there any questionable things about it? Stick around and find out because, let's be honest, this thing rocks. All right, there is your ROX, the front of this thing. Look at the bumper of this thing. I was bragging quite a bit about this, and you can see there's always in concept things, you can always see where they've kind of had to hurry along and get stuff done, but you can see where they push the front bumper out there, the way they've done the mount. You can see the little bracket here to push it out. I still like it, and I still think that this is something that some manufacturer needs to figure out how to build something like this. Of course, the winch, all the winch mounts and stuff in there, there actually is a winch in there, believe it or not. I can see the winch just barely. They've crammed it in there. They've done a really good job with that. Red tow hooks accent well with this blue color, as you can see. All the fun. You could have went way over the top with it, but they didn't. They chose to just go minimalist. The ROX badging, the Land Cruiser badging that you've seen before. This is something I've talked about. This is something that Toyota needs to seriously look at. They need something to take on the Bronco Raptor. They need something to take on the Jeep 392 or whatever the successor of that's going to be, because you know Jeep is going to do something. Now, size-wise, in person, it's perfect. I like that it's almost like a truck bed out here, which looks great. I love the Molly panels. Is this all practical? No, not at all. They would never do something like this, but it does give you an idea if they wanted to do a removable roof where they could have a cap, like a fiberglass cap, and you could buy this as an option. This metal bracing that puts all your stuff on there looks good. The interior, we've shown you the interior of this thing. The key things I wanted to see in person were the doors. Look at the big beefy steps on this. Not practical at all, but I feel there's a way that some manufacturer could do this and snap the bottom of the doors in, that it would work out perfect. And speaking of perfect, these big old tires on this thing, big old, I believe they're 37s under this thing, BF Goodrich KM3s under this. Of course, you get rock rails. This thing is actually built to do things. Now Toyota does it, they do it right. They don't just build a concept vehicle and afraid it's gonna fall apart. But look at the throwback to the ROX. Nice throwback to that. Of course, once again, all the accents with this thing. The one thing I did ding it about was the tire carrier on this, which I'm gonna get into. I like the blacked out Land Cruiser with this. Everything about this looks great. And as we look to the side here, look how wide these fenders are. Those fenders are just wide. And this is stuff that seriously, Toyota needs to start getting into and having some fun with, because Ford's proven people will buy fenders. They will buy all this aftermarket stuff. So go ahead and do it. Give your clientele some stuff to do this with. Of course, the lug patterns of this, these are custom wheels. I love this. It looks great. Here's the one thing I'm not a fan of. I am not a big fan of, you can see they've crammed it into the recovery point there. These hitch tire carriers, I get it. I understand why. It was an easy way to do it. They've got a fold down tailgate, so the practicality of this, but I just honestly wouldn't have put the tire on there. I think as a concept vehicle, it works better without the tire on there. But some people, if you don't, practicality of this being a, real build sometime, no, they would never do anything like that. But the way the tailgate is, look how tall it is. It's actually like a truck tailgate, and it feels great. And I can't say this enough, for all the FJ people who want the FJ back, this would be about as close as you're gonna get to an FJ. And it looks great, and I've said it, the Land Cruiser is kind of bland. I'm more into the GX than I am the Land Cruiser, and this is how you take the Land Cruiser from bland to 100%. Go ahead and make the Land Cruiser, hey, we're gonna take on the off-road segment. 4Runner is more of the soccer mom stuff. It's more of a practical, people will do it in overlanding, people will build it and have fun. But I think Toyota needs to seriously go after this market. There's a lot of money on the table, and I mean a lot we're talking billions of dollars in aftermarket stuff that you can do here. And as we go all the way around this thing it's great. And see it in person. This is my screensaver currently on my computer, my workstation, and I can see why. In person, it's even better. The front bumper, I will say, is a little more chintzy than I thought it might be in person. Definitely, if you walk around this, you can see where this is just something they just slapped on top of basically the plastic covers, made everything work. Does it look bad? No. But it's a SEMA bumper. That's 100% in this. So you guys know what to do. I'm curious, what do you think? Let Toyota know in the comments below. You've got to go ahead and type it. Hey, build this thing. Toyota, and trust me, they watch all this stuff. They pay attention, but I say build this. Will it be this extreme? No, but it doesn't matter. As long as they give you the bones of what this is, I think 100% it's a home run for Toyota, and I think even with the 4-cylinder in it, maybe you could bump up horsepower just a little bit, but I think with the bones, the way the bones of this thing are, it's ready to go. And they've hinted that some things about these things are practical and some are just SEMA builds. So whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or this badass ROX concept that you guys know I'd love to drive, this has been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd. We're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.